A viral video of a Tesla Optimus robot getting completely disoriented and collapsing at an event in Miami has fueled speculation about Tesla's AI stack and autonomy for Optimus. So, what's going on? Is it a fake AI generated video? Was the robot being remotely operated? Is the Optimus AI stack a cause for concern? I have Scott Walter and Gustav Andersson with me to break it all down for you. Scott is a mechanical and aerospace engineer and two-time founder of robotics companies, and Gustav is a hand surgeon and associate professor of anatomy in northern Sweden. Welcome, paper. Welcome, scissors. Good to have you back. We've got a juicy topic for discussion today.
Yeah, coming to you from an undisclosed location in Silicon Valley. I'm out here for the Humanoid Summit.
I'm in a totally disclosed location. You can Google me and you'll find my office on a map somewhere.
All right, so let's take a look. First, Gustav, let me start off with you. What do you make of this? Okay, let's deal with the speculation one layer, 1 point at a time. Is this real? Is this AI generated?
Yeah, so we have all these claimed CGI clips going about to kind of get clicks, I think, and then they all show up and like, oh no, it's not CGI. We just made it look CGI to get you interested. But there is actually when someone posted, I was like, yeah, come on, it's not a CGI. But then there is a bottle that magically disappears when he slams his hand down on the table. The left hand slaps the table, and the bottle is just gone, and some water is splashing out. And I was like, yeah, the AI would actually look like that, or the AI generated video.
Yeah, because the AI is getting the physics right these days.
Yeah, but I mean, now I'm quite convinced that this is the real deal. We've had at least what I heard of, there is no like disclaimer or what do you call it, disavowment from Tesla. So this,
they've been rather unusually quiet about it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I mean, either he makes the ice bucket challenge and kind of gets a cold shock, or the VR headset is being taken off or something. I don't know. That's kind of what it looks like.
Mm-hmm. All right. So this was shared by CIX.
6, but I think the original person was Robin. So I think he's resharing someone else's post. So it should be tagged in there somewhere. The first thing to address it is like, this is a real event because there were a lot of people down there that were posting Optimus doing this exact same task, but not falling over. I think there might have been 1 or 2 other points of view of this, but it definitely was a real event down in Miami on Sunday. And a lot of people were down there taking selfies, and some other things going on that also kind of commented about that was maybe a bit more concerning than just the fact that Optimus fell over. But yeah, you can see that. And in that particular case, that's a different location. Yes.
Yeah, this is Amy who's posted it. Yes. So I'm assuming that this is her own video.
And yes. And I've met her in the past, so she's a real person too. So she's not a bot.
Okay, cool.
Yes, and see, it's a different location, so they're probably handing out water bottles in a few different locations around there. What I like about this one is that basically the table acts as a barrier between the public and the bot, which is what you want, which you typically see when it's handing out popcorn and doing other things. And you also notice that they have the belt gates that are kind of put up there to prevent people from getting behind there. Plus, there was Tesla security to make sure it didn't happen. For some reason, over the other table, they did not put up the little fencing that you would normally think. There were some security there, but they were a bit lax because they actually let someone get behind Optimus while it was operating to shoot a video. And he was getting really close, and he was there for a really long time. I don't think the operator was aware he was behind there, because there was one point where the operator puts his hand down, and his head was really pretty close. Okay. And I was talking to someone else from a different robot company this morning, and his biggest concern wasn't just about this, but some other videos recently. Let's say there's been rather dangerous behavior on the part of the robot companies of having bots do really high leg kicks and stuff like that with members of the public very close by, because all it takes is like one accident, one incident, and it hurts everyone. Everyone gets kind of tired. So the first thing you have to do is that do not go behind this when it's going, no matter how safe it is, something could go wrong like this. So they were lucky someone wasn't hurt that way. Yeah. Then the question is like, what was actually going on here? And it's a little bit tricky to tell. The first controversy had nothing to do with CGI. Yeah.
Just to your point about the safety. I mean, if you look at the way the hands like collapse, but the weight of the hands and the force that it generates,
that's a lot of
really
force.
Smashes that plastic bottle.
Yeah.
That should give you an idea.
Yeah. Exactly. Now the main controversy that came out of this, which I thought was ridiculous, is like, oh, we were told it was autonomous. Here's the proof that it was teleopt. It's not controversial. Well, let's say Tesla could be more open about the fact, but everyone knows that everything is being teleoped. The popcorn bot, all those things are being teleoperated here. What's a little bit confusing is when it is and when it isn't, because the green light that's on there, nobody really knows what it is. First of all, there doesn't seem to be a uniform standard of what these light modes mean across all the humanoid bots. So I said, well, if anyone's going to know, it's going to be Grok. And Grok comes up and says, when it's white, it's autonomous. When it's blue, it's teleoperated. When it's red, there's something going wrong or it needs to be recharged. But he said there's no green. I'm like, yeah, there's a green. What does green mean? We don't know exactly what the green means. So we will see that there are situations where the water bottles are being handed out with white. So if you look at some of the videos from Cern Basher and his wife, it was always white. And then there were others handing out green. I'm like, okay, so maybe there was some autonomy that was going on, and maybe there's others. And I assumed that very simple things was autonomous, but when you're getting more of the interactions with the public, the high fives and all those other things, and making the different signs, like, oh, maybe that was more like
so that's another thing.
No, it's like that. If that's autonomous mode, you'll see there is kind of that interaction.
Yeah, that's another thing, Scott, because so it's clearly teleoperated. But what struck me was in the past, whether it was at the AI Day or whether it's at the Tesla Diner, they've been really careful with getting humans too close.
Yes. And you see right there is absolutely no barrier to prevent anyone from getting back there. Even though we do see Tesla personnel standing to the left or to the right that should have told anyone going in there, hey, you got to move out. Now, the kind of autonomy that might be happening here is what we might say is that it's supervised autonomy. So it may be that there's someone wearing a headset right now, but they put it in the autonomy mode, and in case something happens, you see right there, I'm like, that's not good, dude.
That's not dangerous.
No. He shouldn't have been there. He should have been asked to move away, and he lingers there for quite a while. Now, if you want to get that kind of detail of Optimus, just go to the Tesla shop, and there will be a mannequin there that's very safe. You don't have to worry about that. And you'll see at one point, his head drops down pretty low, and then the arm goes down, and like he's getting too close there.
There you go. That's it.
Yeah. And then the hand suddenly is going to drop back. The operator doesn't know he's even there at all. So I think
so there's no camera at the back of Optimus's head, is it?
Yeah, I mean right there. Okay, it's like it could. Yeah, there may be, but
the operator doesn't.
Optimus might be saying. So I'm not aware that there's like a proximity sensor that could have been telling the operator, hey, there's someone close by here. Stop. So that's something to be.
I wonder what the operators were doing.
That was my big question. That's why I posted out is that Tesla security has to get their game on. That they were a bit lax there, allowing that. He should not have been in there. So that's kind of a safety concern. Now, as far as what may have happened, there's like lots of speculation that the operator may have clutched out or thought he clutched out, and then something failed, and then he took his headset off. I think things could be a little bit different than that, because first of all,
but just before we go to that, Scott, I mean, I just wanted to. So I don't know if this is Cern's wife that's interacting with the bot.
Yes, that's Ali.
Okay, great. So then that really had me worried, because the fist bumps and the high fives.
Yeah.
That's
supposedly, and that might be the autonomous mode, because we've been told that white is when there's full autonomy.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So that's why I don't know. I'm not sure. Like blue is supposed to be when teleoperation, and white. So I'm not sure what the color code means. And you can ask Grok. That's what Grok is saying. But I do not know what the color coding is, because it seems to be so inconsistent between when we see white, when we see green. And I think we've seen blue before, but I didn't see any blue here. I was only seeing white and green.
To your point about the teleoperation, you're saying that this is perhaps a mixed group of bots, some were teleoperated, some autonomous.
Well, they were probably all supervised. And there may have been times where they decided we're going to go full teleop and we're going to go full autonomy. And supervised might be that everything's going good, but if for some reason the autonomy is doing something wrong, they just come in and stop, and then may be able to take over.
Yeah, but I don't see any minders around here, which is
I do see someone with a Tesla shirt back there
on the right.
Yeah, the lady there is
the lady on the
Tesla
right.
Maybe. So yeah, and that's fine. I mean, right there, no one's getting behind. The interaction in front is okay. that the table provides a certain bit of a barrier.
Yeah.
There's probably nothing wrong there. What may have happened with the teleoperator is that if we go to the video there and sort of see the sequence, the very first thing is we'll see his left hand goes down for some reason. And hits the first bottle. And that's kind of a very odd thing to happen. And then we'll sort of notice that his head is kind of looking down and the hands are coming up. So let's just imagine for a second that he thinks he had clutched out. What is the operator seeing right at that point? The operator is only seeing what Optimus is seeing. The Optimus, if he's clutched out, then maybe something else happens. But the only thing he's seeing right now, because he is keeping his headset on, is what's coming in. He should be seeing Optimus's hands coming up to his face. And that right there would say, whoa, wait a minute, something's wrong. Those are Optimus's hands. Those are not mine, because he cannot see his hands until the headset comes off. So there could have been a couple of glitches that right before everything happens, one of the arms is kind of frozen in space. So maybe something happened that it was kind of clutched out, or it came back in, or the video feed froze. So the operator is looking down there. Oh, hand is frozen in space. Fine, I can take this thing off.
Yeah.
Or it's possible that the screen went blank.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I'm wondering is I don't know if they're using the Apple Vision Pro now. I think they might be using the MetaQuest. But my experience with the Apple Vision Pro is that you have an external battery pack that you put in your pocket. And there's a cable that comes up that actually is magnetically attached to the Vision Pro. And that's what kind of turns the thing on. Now, there is a little clip on there that could potentially kind of maybe tries to lock it in place. But it's one of those things that the hand went down and all of a sudden everything happened. I'm wondering, did somehow he hit a cable or something got unplugged, maybe? Or maybe the battery just died. I mean, there could be a variety of things. And suddenly the screen goes black.
But, you know,
Mike, it's like, I can't see anything. I'm going to take it off.
Wi-Fi timed out.
Yeah. Now,
but shouldn't the bot have some sort of a default backup to be able to stay upright?
Yes. Well, there should be a bunch of things. Some of the movements may have been kind of quick that the bot should have just said, that's it. 1X does that, is that the bot won't move until you're locked in. So it will be kind of frozen in space. And you have to take your hands and bring them around until you're very close to where Neo is. And when that happens, it will say, okay, I'm going to start tracking. And it will move you around. But if you suddenly go like that, it will just stop and say, no, that's too quick. That's dangerous. We won't allow you to do that. And
so is that a recalibration issue?
No, that's a safety issue. So in many cases, the bot can actually go faster than that. But 1X has capped the speed. They say, we're not going to go that fast because that's a dangerous move. And when iShowSpeed was there, he did a backflip with the headset on, which is almost the same thing as taking your headset off. And Neo just stopped right away. It was like, I'm not doing this. Because it could see where its current location was and where you were demanding it to go was just way too fast. There has been some speculation, which is, because I was looking and said, wait a minute, the hands are weird. I mean, the hands are way out here trying to take the headset off. It's possible there's a zone of exclusion that they don't want to get very close. But when that's happening, that should already be a warning that the hands and where Optimus is like way out of sync, and to be very wary of what's going on. So when that headset came off, that's like a very violent thing that should have just told it.
Yeah, so
you're out of range.
To that point of being out of sync, was that a video feed connection issue? Was it the cable pulling out, or was it perhaps also?
Let's remember, whenever something goes wrong, there's all these things that you try to prevent, but your line of defense is always Swiss cheese, right? There's always a hole or something you can go through, and you need to have a couple others. So it could have been something just as simple as like the video feed went out, the battery went out, just the headset just failed. I mean, things just fail. It could have overheated, and suddenly, bam, it's not there.
Could have been something with the bot, that the bot kind of lost, I don't know, some of the actuators froze up, or the battery, or
it seems like it's tied around of like an input error of some sort that just kind of confused it, that it should have been, because it looks like, it's telling me to move my head back. So Optimus is like trying to throw his head back, which is just like causing the whole thing. That there should have been enough to just say, all right, we're going to go ahead and stop that. Now, the thing, remember, the teleoperation is only the upper body. There's these controls that will say you can move forward, but Optimus is right there. His feet are just planted in, and all that's going on is the lower control system is moving those legs, to kind of respond to what the torso might be doing. But for the most part, it's just that, and the feet do not move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course. Gary Black had a field day, as he is wont to, and that kind of led to a lot of speculation, needless, some would say, around what was really going on here and whether he needed to kind of be a little more fair. But I mean, it wasn't just speculation by Tesla, by the Tesla community and investors, and just folks like us who follow everything Tesla related and Optimus related. But it's also, once the media gets a hold of it, and then the stock gets affected. So was this a storm in a teacup, and perhaps a bit too much?
Well, in some ways, it was everything was like, oh, so it wasn't autonomous. There's a guy in the suit the whole time. We knew all along. We just proved the man behind the curtain. And it's like, if you have been following it closely, we know that there was absolutely no surprises. So I think part of it was trying to stir up controversy where there was absolutely nothing. I actually did not want to weigh into it until I just saw that all everyone is trying to do is gin up controversy and just say, look, we know it. We've always known it. I've always been reporting it. Everyone's been reporting it.
Yeah, I was really surprised about this whole discussion about whether it's autonomous, whether it's teleoperated, because we know it's
my real concern had nothing to do with teleoperation. My concern had to be more about some of the safety concerns that are going on there. And that's legitimate, and they'll learn from it. And they'll change it, and everyone's making mistakes in their safety. They think they have everything, and it's like, oh, wait a minute, we hadn't thought about that. Maybe we should reconsider. I'm sure the next time you are going to make sure that no one's going to be allowed behind there, and they're going to have that gated off better.
Yeah.
I mean, is the tether is having it on a tether like hung from the ceiling? Is that too much bad PR that no one wants to really do that? Or, I mean, from a safety point of view, instead of having it fall over, it's like hanging on the roof in case something happens. You can kind of lean back on that. Or would that be too bad of an image? Like, oh, they can't even get it to stand up straight. They have to connect it to a safety harness.
You shouldn't have to put in a safety harness. I mean, in these public-facing things, you take these other precautions to make sure you don't have to do that. So I think that might be extreme. But yeah, part of it is that it's okay if Optimus falls backwards like that. Just make sure no one's behind there.
Yeah,
that's it.
Fourth law of robotics.
Law of robotics.
Yeah.
Is there anything to worry, do you feel, about the AI stack? This whole question of autonomy. Because this is version 2.5
it's just that I'm just surprised that it doesn't like automatically disengage when the user input seems to be an error. And that might be something that they're checking out. So clearly they're going to be like, if the hands are coming up here, maybe we just stop. It could be like, well, of course the hands go up there because maybe we're lifting up a box or doing something like that. But they probably might want to put it in a mode that we're only operating below neck level. And as soon as those hands come on up there, that's it. The operator is probably attempting to take the headset off and believes something has happened. And because it could have been something as simple as that he really believed it was not operational because he wasn't seeing anything.
No. And I mean, it froze, the bot freezes. It doesn't go flailing like some of the other models that we've seen, that when they fall over,
exactly.
So they have to go forward and stop it somehow. So
exactly. So once the IMU detected it's falling, and it realized it couldn't recover, it was kind of beyond that. It just said, okay, I'm just going to accept my fate and fall. and notice the hands did kind of come down to make sure they were maybe in a safer position as far as like not being out there to hit more things behind it, but tried to kind of pull in. And, it would have been nice if it was able to do a slightly better fainting spell. Maybe let its knees collapse and kind of fall down more like that. But that might have been a concern because then it might have taken the table and like pushed the table out in front of where everyone is. So it's probably
it was falling backwards.
Fall back. Yeah. And it may be that they have safeguards like that. If you're going to fall, it's that way. Don't fall to the left or right. Just fall back. Everything is safe.
As long as there are no curious onlookers trying to get in behind the bot.
Yes, exactly. You got to keep them out. Yep.
First, I thought it was exasperated that it kind of knocked the water over. It's like, oh, and then he fell.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I'm conscious of your time. Scott, thank you so much. I know you have to go, but it's always great to catch up with you. And thank you for this quick one, Gustav and Scott. And we'll see you again soon.
Okay. Bye, all.